Hello, the science of emotions. This week, I promise, I will be shorter. I know some of you prefer that. We live in a measurable world, or so we'd like to think. We typically manage only what we can measure. The only thing that counts are things that can be counted. But just because we lack the proper tools to measure something doesn't mean it doesn't matter to our lives. But clearly, there are many things we value in life that, at least objectively, are very difficult to measure. In fact, I would go as far as to say that the things of the greatest value in life are difficult, if not impossible, to put a number on. Love, laughter, trust, awe, music. Attaching metrics to these things at best are approximations. And even trying to measure these things oftentimes feel unnecessary or inappropriate, or both. The question we need to ponder is whether our increasingly technocentric and therefore data-centric world is pushing us more and more and more towards measurable domains. Looking at birth rates, mental health states, and the quality of our public discourse, to name a few, it is difficult to at least not be concerned that we are missing something important in what we consider to be worth counting. And then think about the current hype around artificial intelligence. As I've stated before, I'm supremely excited and optimistic about the promise these new technologies can offer to humanity at large. But I guess the purpose of my writing is to help myself, and hopefully others, to hold two opposing truths in our souls at the same time. While measurement, data, AI, and technologies will continue to fuel enormous progress, we must also be humble, curious, and equally interested in all the things that are difficult to measure, all the way to perhaps resisting to even trying to measure them. Perhaps what we love most about artwork, music, nature, love, and joy is that they cannot be reduced into a number or a score and easily fit on a dashboard. Perhaps it is precisely the lack of quantification that feels so liberating. They act as a welcomed juxtaposition against which so much else in our lives revolve around. It was therefore interesting when I earlier this year got to know the work of Dacher Keltner more intimately. I've seen and read many things from him in the past, but never really dug in deeper. His area of focus is the science of emotions. But he's also associated with many other great initiatives, such as the Greater Good Science Project. His field of work is really inspiring, and he has also written many books such as Awe, The Power Paradox, and Born to be Good. One can hope that as Dacher and others leads the charge in the scientific exploration of more qualitative and less measurable human domains, their discoveries can help rebalance how we prioritize our lives. One problem with activities that can't be measured is that they are not as attractive to funders of different kinds. Not only can things that can be measured be managed, they can also be financed and therefore scaled. I often refer to this kind of data as investable evidence. If you can prove a particular relationship between an activity and an outcome, it is easier to find people willing to invest in scaling that activity. So in order to scale positive emotions, we might need more evidence and more data about activities that make us feel better. Perhaps this is the starting point of our journey towards transitioning from human doings to real human beings. I'm linking in this letter to a great podcast that Krista Tippett recently had with Dacher that she called The Thrilling New Science of Awe. You can also read more about Dacher's work in a link I posted here. I will leave you with something I think about often relative to computers. The reason why I think they can't replicate us humans is that machines can only replicate what we know at best, but they can't replicate what we don't know. And I firmly believe that it is that what we don't know as much as what we do know that makes us uniquely human. It is at that beautiful intersection of knowledge and humility where I think human beings come most beautifully alive. Obviously, there is no exact bright line between knowing and not knowing, and the arc of our human journey bends towards more knowledge, for sure. But I guess we should also embrace and celebrate the many moments of sheer unknowingness, like our inner child, filled with curiosity and adventure. At times, I feel we all are a bit afraid or embarrassed about what we don't know. We shouldn't be. That's my point. Not knowing is as important to knowing as knowing is to not knowing. They are interconnected. They are inseparable. They are part of our human experience. They are the dance with which we move through life. And I love it and value that uncertainty as much as I value the exquisite specificity of accurate knowledge and precision we are lucky enough to bear witness to so often in our lives. Both are what makes our lived experience so incredible. Have a great week.